Hello and welcome, or indeed welcome back to Hands on Film. I am Israel Hands, and today we dive into the imagination of George Miller with Mad Max.
Furiosa.
What?
We watched Furiosa,
What's that?
the film we watched.
Didn't we watch Mad Max?
Well, yes.
There you are then.
The film is called Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga.
A bit of a mouthful, that. What?
Nothing.
Where's Mel?
Who?
Mel Gibson.
Los Angeles, isn't he?
No. I mean, why is he not in this film?
Well, he is a little old, but also this is Furiosa's story.
So, we are back in the world of Mad Max, but no Max in sight. It is a barren wasteland full of crazy, unwashed, feral creatures skulking around.
Like the inside of your mind. Beat you to it.
Ben, I thought we agreed to have a more professional outlook, leaving the personal bickering and your puerile sense of humour at the door.
You're right. Sorry, Izzy.
So, we kick off with a couple of young girls picking apples.
Weren't they peaches?
And what's the difference?
Are you seriously asking what is the difference between an apple and a peach?
Yes.
You're quite right. Nothing at all.
So, some dudes on motorbikes capture one of them and run away.
How did they get there in the first place?
A fine question, as always, Richard, but let's wait until the discussion.
Okay, Israel.
They run off with her and also a horse's head, but are pursued by the girl's mother. I never figured out who the girl was, though.
It was Furiosa.
Oh, no, she was much older, a different actor entirely. Although, it was confusing, as she must have had a lot of plastic surgery from the other film.
That wasn't Charlize Theron.
What?
It was a different actor entirely.
Don't be stupid, Ben. Anyway, the mother pursues but cannot get to them before the girl is delivered to Thor.
Dr. Dementus.
The mother manages to rescue the girl and escapes, but is captured and killed. The idiot girl, instead of running away, returns. So that was all completely pointless. Thor...
Dr. Dementus.
Why do you keep saying Dr. Dementus?
Because the character is Dr. Dementus.
It was Chris Hemsworth, correct?
Yes,
And did Chris Hemsworth not play Thor?
he did. But you do know that actors can actually play
There you are, then. So, Chris Hemsworth wanders around with his biker gang until he bumps into someone who tells him about another fertile place called the Citadel. He tries to besiege it, but is easily repelled. Thinking about it, this must have been around the time in the first Thor film when he lost his powers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, not to be deterred, he heads to a petrol station and manages to capture it using a Trojan petrol tanker. He returns to the Citadel and unloads the girl and some other dude. Not sure what happened there, but he then returns to the petrol station. The girl escapes and we don't see her again, but we soon meet a boy who turns out to be none other than Furiosa. Weird, as despite the film being called Furiosa, this is the first time we see her.
No, she was the girl.
What girl?
From the start.
The start of what?
The film, for God's sake.
No, she disappeared.
You do understand that children grow into adults, don't you?
Anyway, she stows away on a lorry which is attacked. Only her and the driver survived after f***ing up a load of weirdos. Some strange-looking ghost called Joe decides to attack the petrol station. As it turns out, Chris Hemsworth is a very poor manager. Furiosa and the driver go to get some bullets, but Chris has beaten them to it and has taken the factory. They are captured, the driver is killed, and Furiosa's arm drops off.
Okay, stop. Her arm drops off.
It does.
Richard?
We don't actually see it happen.
So it could have dropped off.
It's unlikely.
but there is a chance.
I suppose a very small...
There you go, Ben. She returns to the citadel and convinces the ghost to go to war in the desert, which he does. She pursues Chris Hemsworth, and finally captures him. She f***s him right up, and he becomes a tree. Finally, she kidnaps some women and runs away. The end.
Okay, so straight into the discussion.
I want to start with a complaint. Despite Ben telling me this was a sequel, it was not.
I said it was a prequel.
I know, and it wasn't. It was set before the other one.
I think I understand the confusion.
That is extremely unlikely.
Well, a prequel is before and a sequel is after.
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I knew that, of course. Must have been Ben's odd accent. Where's it from, anyway?
My accent?
Yes,
Here?
that will be it.
Well, at least you watched the correct film and didn't accidentally watch the original.
Why would I do that?
Well, I don't know.
Ben, what are you waffling about?
We watched it together. In fact, Israel insisted we go back to his after to watch Fury Road. He said he was going to cook, but the oven was broken, so I ended up fixing it for most of the evening.
I can't understand it. It worked perfectly well before.
It looks like it hadn't been used for weeks.
Anyway, can we get back to the discussion, please?
Oh, okay, let's start with any negatives.
I'm not sure I really have much.
I agree. I really enjoyed it. If you push me, perhaps a bit of the CG looked less than 100%.
So, how did the motorcyclists find the green place?
Ben, could you please stop asking such utterly mindless questions?
Richard asked the same thing, and you said it was a good question.
It was a good question when Richard asked it.
So, what is the answer? Surely, if they stumbled on it, then other people would as well.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the women assassinated anyone who turned up.
Yeah, but they clearly had no guards as the motorcyclists were there unchallenged.
Or maybe they found a map. Who cares? It is the inciting incident. They can do what they want.
Right, anything else negative?
We haven't had any yet.
Okay, positives.
Where to start?
The beginning.
Actors were excellent. Charlize Theron.
Wasn't in the film.
Something happened to Thor's accent.
It was a different character.
All the actors, in fact, were top-notch.
Agreed. I felt they built the world exceptionally well. The action scenes were exciting, but not overly long as they were in Fury Road.
I was actually going to ask how they compared.
Well, this was much better.
Well, what makes you say that?
You just asked.
No, I mean, can you go into some more detail?
Oh, the dialogue was sparse as before, but what there was much better. In the original, some of the lines were very odd. The characters felt better fleshed out. The action scenes, as mentioned before, were better weighted. The pacing and overall story just felt better.
Israel?
What Richard said.
Okay, so maybe this is a good point to sum up.
Mad Furiosa is an excellent film and prequel to Fury Road. It is, I'd say, one of the best films that I've seen in a long time.
Really? Better than Dune 2?
Part 2.
Yep, sorry.
Well, I'd say so, yes.
Wow, high praise indeed.
Thank you for watching this episode of Hands on Film. We hope you learned something, and if not, try listening harder next time. Goodbye.
And we're clear. Thank you both. I think I'll try and catch it later.
Maybe consider watching the films before the review in future, Ben.
But I'm not even that... Oh, you know what? I don't care.